Hello, my name is Marco A Cortés, and the title of my essay is My Name, Leaving a Mark with My Name. My father raised me to believe that a good name is worth more than all the gold in the world. But he didn't just say it. He set an example every day of what it means to make a good name for yourself. I was born in May 2002, and I was raised by Marco A. Cortés and Maria Elena Cortés. My parents dreamed of having a daughter, and they even knew what name they would give her before they got married. However, it wasn't until halfway through my mother's pregnancy that they discovered I would be a boy. When my father had to choose a new name, he didn't overthink it, and he chose the same name his father chose for him, Marco Antonio. So I became the third member of my family to be named Marco Antonio. As a fun fact, my great grandfather was only named Antonio, so I was almost the fourth member of my family to be named Marco Antonio. For several years, I wasn't a big fan of my name. While one of my brothers was named after a popular comic book character and the other had a biblical name, I feel like I didn't have a special name. Years passed and I grew up here with that mindset. I'd often ask my dad why he gave me that name, and there was never really a reason. It was just because I was his firstborn, and that's it. That made me value my name less. One day, while watching television, I saw a Marco Polo joke on a show where characters played that game to find people who were hiding. I found it very funny, and I decided to do it by myself. The next day at school, when my teacher was taking attendance, she said my name, Marco Cortés, and that moment I screamed, Polo! And my classmate laughed at my joke. From that day on, it became my favorite nickname. Day after day, whenever someone called me by my name, I would instantly say Polo, until it became something natural for me. So much so that I still do it automatically whenever I hear my name. Time passed and my name had a different meaning for me. It had become a joke that accompanied me wherever I went. However, there was still something that made me feel like I was missing something because my name really had no value beyond that. I realized this one day when I met some of my father's friends. When they found out that I was my dad's son, they quickly spoke highly of him. They told me about the things he did at school, the competitions he participated, how capable and hardworking he was, and even how he helped many people. That surprised me. That was exactly what I want people to think when they hear my name. I didn't want them to think only of a joke. I want them to know who I am. The truth is that my father always made a good name for himself. I always saw him working and taking care of my family, my mom, and my siblings. I like seeing how he helped others, even when they were strangers. I will never forget how my dad stopped in the middle of the road just to help someone who was stuck because of their car. My dad became an example for me of what it means to make a good name for yourself. That's when I discovered that a name gains value when you give it value. Something that helped me define what kind of person I want to be was my last name. My last name in Spanish describes as a positive quality. Cortés is the word used to describe people who are kind, courteous, respectful, and gentlemanly, among other things. My brother and I even had saying whatever we were trying to be nice. We are Cortés by birth. That was a way to remind ourselves and others that we could always strive to be a good person, good people. And we continue trying to do so. For example, my younger brother lives in another country and dedicates his life to helping others, while I strive to help people in my community and my friends wherever they need it, even though I sometimes feel tired or busy. Even now, when I'm engaged with my girlfriend, we continue helping others wherever they need it. Something I learned over the years is that a good name doesn't always guarantee success in life. Even so, my family has gone through many difficult experiences. We have faced serious problems with disease of friends and family members, difference between us, and many other challenges. Well, one thing we learn from making a good name for ourselves is that we're never alone. Wherever we go through different difficult times, our family has been there for us. Not only them, but our friends have always been there too. Even people we've known for only a short time have offered us their help. We have seen the fruits of being Cortés. I'm now 24, and I'm very proud of the person I'm now. But I know I still have room for improvement. A good name can also become a bad one if it isn't cared for. I want to be a source of pride for my family and a worthy husband to the woman I love. That means continue to be a good man. Years ago, I might have thought my name was disappointing or boring, but now I'm proud of the name that I have, the name that and what it means to me. It's not just a joke I made to make others laugh. It's also a name that people can remember when they need help, and that name is Marco Cortés.